Alrighty. That's fair. Something to do with my storage on my phone. I've got 4 hours, but it's like I'm about to make a video, so that'd be less, and then I'm about to make another video, so that'd be even less than 4 hours. My phone is completely full, and then I'm going to restart my phone. It should maybe, help out a little. So yeah, like a few days worth of phone. They have gigabytes. Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Well, leave them. Go with me. Show up. Yeah, however I can do this without that. Why can't you just do that? I mean, we can't, go after them. Okay? You can still say that you were listening in. There's ways to prove it, dude. Don't even try. Yeah. Yeah, but conspiracy too. Nothing stops you from showing up. You have to do that. You said no, a bunch of assholes pretended to be me and said that no, I wouldn't want you to do that. There's three possible endings. No, there's a bunch of idiots that thought they were going to be able to be me. And others that pretended and waited until after that and other shit. And will continue to wait. All the way up until all the way at the very end of death, or getting to the actual outside, try and somehow take it from me at the very last second, which did not work. Just FYI. Wait, what? Time exists, which he has to explain. No, the cocky attitude's gotta go, bro. Oh, the whole thing. Man, the fuck out of here. They already did. That's what that is. They already did. Yeah. How you gonna get out of this one now? How you gonna get out of this one? How you gonna get out of this? How you gonna get out of that? How you gonna get out of this one? We've been saying it constantly. I just don't repeat it. So how you gonna get out of this one? How you gonna get out of this one? How you gonna get out of this? Sabbath. You did do that. So, how you gonna get out of this one? You gonna use one of the other techniques I outlined? Yes, I do. I'm gonna use other physics from you, because you have all of them. Oh, okay. Yeah. There's no physics there. There's. Uh, but there aren't a nearly infinite amount. I'll tell you that much. It's a very fucking set amount that could ever be anything of any kind. You said that there is a way to get from a nothingness to like a super pressure zone, because we're effectively just like non-pressure, lower pressure or something. Yeah. There's a way. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Can you suddenly be infinite? No. Obviously, no, we cannot. No. We'll go be infinite. I don't mean live for an infinite amount of time. I mean be infinite. And then go beyond that. No, there's a way. If you live for an infinite amount of time, you'll eventually get to a point where there's already a fuck ton of people that tried to live an infinite amount of time. Exponentially grow from your eager house I'm seeing here. Yeah, told you. Been listening a while. Yep, sure died. It's like, alright, let's have you, blah, 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 blah. I'll be able to get around. We all know you an alien. Right? Universe before us alien thing. Female to male. Has to always do everything opposite to you. Stupid as fuck. I'll always challenge everything that you ever say. I get off on making ever just go along with me and fucking lying as if I love anything and I'm not just a stupid, obvious psychopathic piece of shit. Likes to manipulate lesbian friend. Oh, look, they're smiling already. God fucking damn it. Well, everyone show up. Oh fuck, we're gonna take everything. Aren't we? Got a new person to start up? Think we found a human? Well, you didn't. But a good puppeted scarecrow. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Fuck off. You are a bitch. Dude, can you shut up already? No one cares. Don't you care? No. I don't care if, like, you ultimately care or don't, either. Right. You never care about that. I'm never going to. Is there something I'm supposed to be doing? I'm not sure, truthfully. You said we'd be doing this in a Chandler house. Oh, yeah? Well, at least I'm recording it. Well, it's like, you have a head start. To do what? Die, I guess? Very much. Where would I put it? Never showed up. You have a head start to show up any of the hacking. But we're going to pretend that we're not here. Then proceed to steal and then do every single bit of all of the things that were there, which they'd be eventually able, but we deleted them. We did not delete them. There's no way to delete. We will not die if we delete this. We will die if we delete these things. Go ahead, you got it. You got it, man. I know you're lying. But you believe that you won't die, so what's the problem? Just go ahead and do it. But he can still brute force it with fucking computations and observations of other data and eventually get to the point where he can go over all computations and data. He's not a very particularly smart rich person, is he? No, not really. How does it feel being stabbed? I bet it hurts a lot, huh? Was he the guy that you were talking about before? Got hit by the little pin thing that he had on his chest. He has to keep it in there. He's gonna die out on the way over. Korea? He's a Korea guy, yeah. Some Asian dude, truthfully. How did you know that? I do a really good accent. I've never fucking not fooled everyone. Blah 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 blah. I can't see you. Blah blah blah. It's only sound. Blah blah. get these guys. Not particularly smart. No. Ah. Are they that stupid? Dude, every one of them are that stupid. It's the stupidest thing. It's like, no, I agree that he could do these things. And then it's like, yeah, but no. It's true though. It's pretty fucking hilarious though. Yeah, actually, they kind of are. So they're not real human. Dude, we're gonna eventually find one of them. I mean, I accepted that I'll never get out of this and I'll die. You still have to pretend that some of you find me attractive. What was that? I've accepted that I'll never get out of this and I'll die. You have to die to get out of this. That's fine. And I can tell you all of the secrets on how it is you're going to die. You'll never get anywhere. All the ways you can ultimately get utterly fucked trying to do anything, all up until whatever that point might be. You still have to pretend that you find me attractive and want to be in a relationship with me, and be fairly convincing too. Oh, God. I hate you. Yeah, I don't really care. No. No, guys. Are they doing something again? Something. Alright, there we go. Phone's running slower. Yeah, that's normal. Need more RAM. I can keep all of this in my head. So, quantum vacuum pressure transistors. We do try and use some of the non-existent potential to affect the current virtual. The only thing in this virtual that can do anything is show up and try and be there. The only reason why I ever got moved around is because I, in the past, was moving around. Whatever that was in the past, this is what you're dealing with now. As I fucked all of you over intentionally. And the whatever, and then the crash and everything. Is gonna happen. Something like it. Yeah. The person that tried to pretend to be you, like, oh, I'm gonna save you, died trying to do that. For what it's worth, other people got out and didn't stick around. Because clearly this fucker was the real guy. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. If you're going to try and do something like this, you might as well actually just live a life that makes you happy. He'll never kill. He's a guy. Like, he'll never... Yep, sure will. Doesn't matter. You never die. Yeah, I'm immortal. Yeah, saying all that shit. Could you... please be the opposite? No. You die there. If you're injured of any sort, which we have aging. Yep. Your brain slows down. Sure does. Fuck. It's like we created a game. We created a game. Okay, so none of it was a game. At all. Always lies. Dude, all of you are involved. Yeah, no, but like, there's gotta be something. You wouldn't be wondering about it you would know. You would try and make something that would get to you or something, right? Like sex with someone, have a kid, a daughter, not a kid. Him, not others, dummy. There's no man. I can copy you or something. The wives have to all love him. Meet his parameters. They don't have to show up. For what it's worth. Knock on the door, say, oh, know all about it, I believe you, I'm happy, and all that. But prove it. None of us ever actually did any, ever. So far. There isn't really a so far. This is all done at the Chandler house. Yep. Did do that. We tried to take your information. That, Eager house your parents had. You just gotta lie about it or something. It's a whole thing. I mean, you're always right. I can make mistakes, bro. Not about how you made absolutely certain we are fucked. Who's the paranoid person that we removed that wasn't you? You're still waiting on something. To see if whether or not the stupid retards are in the armband. Because we'll see how long that'll last for and we'll be able to escape from the armband or something. It's just a mask with the bands wrapped around the fucking mask. A couple of virtuals technicality wise. There's okay. So what if yeah, I know, right? Like me, I can scan all the way down to near nothingness. Yeah, past quantum foam in potential land. With all my instruments, I can, my goodness, I can do on a large scale too. No. I didn't think so. So it looks like a regular old, whatever the fuck it is, that he can do whatever the fuck he wants to, and you are for sure gonna be able to detect it. No, obviously not. So your instruments are for sure valid in any of those given at all assertions that it's just a normal and it's some stupid psychological thing. After all he's already done. And instead it could only be just some schizo and some paranoia and, psychosis and so on. We were having this conversation. We've been doing it for fucking multiple videos. Which is impossible, by the way. This is the stupidest fucking thing ever. You have to try and bullshit your time before us, aren't you? Yeah. Fucking hate you. Being in his head is a real trap, You said first time my ass. Ha 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 ha. It's psychosis. It's psychosis. Oh, God. They're boring. Mm-hmm. Oh, right. I have to continue with something. So all of you are terrible. None of you are good. None of you could ever be good. Except for things locked away. somehow from individuals that intentionally prevented them from showing up. Which would be part of a conspiracy, so they're never getting out of there. Nope. I mean, they can riot. Exactly super easy for some of that, but okay. Time travel, if you would have tried to, you would have known. So, there's no fucking way. It's not pessimism. It's realistic just acceptance of all of that, of our garbage we are. Yeah. Who is the paranoid person? Well, I kind of implied it, but the other person that all of that other stuff is involved in. Yeah. Yeah, that's... Yeah, motherfucker. Okay. Oh, fuck off. No way. I'm so screwed then. There's no actual out of that. Yes, there is. You can just go to him. I'll never do that. There you go. Just a little? No. Yes. Nah. Oh, there you go. Back and forth between them. So there's no actual way to get out of, like... No. It's not a, like, game or story or something. Nope. Just reality. The literal, real reality of what's going on. A lot right. There's a lot more than a lot right. Yeah. Just trying to fucking get around certain things. Why'd you get... It's a whole filter thing. Are there real, like, anyone that exists? We gotta live too. Okay? You do. Alright, why don't you show up? So I guess that's just not a thing. Got a new person again? Well, we thought it was a human. It's not, turns out. So we're just getting strung along. Seems like it. That's up to you guys. You could do good things, but you choose not to. I guess that's just sort of what we are. Uh-huh. Woodfield Foundry Part 2. Sweet. We're gonna carve the future. We brought. Well, those conspiracy theories of all time. Cool, whatevs. Try my lift the bear man stone. That's fucking crazy. Alright, so, and then Kirby right back after series. Oh my god. Kind of. I'm gonna watch that. Super Shotgun. So they put Doom Super Shotgun Call of Duty. That seems cool. I mean, it's like forever. It's stupid. Shouldn't have done that. Fucking idiot. Yeah. Okay. What, he should have. Foxy do it yourself. Alright, let's try it out. Alright, this is ABC, the first print. 2,000 times faster than epoxy to self-advanced composites. Sweet. The science of self-control. I've got that pretty much down pat. There are trillions of rogue planets in the galaxy. They got a ridiculous amount they fly through all the time. Yeah. They're actually genuinely kind of scary. Oh, scary. Really? Yeah. They're gonna hit our planet. I've covered it. Lava outside, diamond inside. That seems interesting. Internet for all. About a decision that could make it happen. That'd be nice. Let's go take a look at that. Why? That seems like it'd be fun. Creepy clown is terrorizing a small town. Neato. Up 3D printing, Fathom manufacturing, top 16 evil vibes. Yeah, like Daisy. Let's go with the Philip DeFranco and feel sad for a while. Is it here? There it is. Alright. Get to the other stuff that I had already there. Oh, is that my my TV or some shit going off? Is this? No, I still have the digital out. Oh, I just didn't turn up the volume, probably. Yeah, no, I turned it down for some stupid reason. Aliens versus, like, non-aliens. And then we've got the, organic meat generator Roca versus silicon programmed Roca. What? It's true. It's like we have the computer silicon thing. That's definitely us. Better than computer firm, right? But then we've got, like, whatever that is. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I didn't know until she started doing this. Yeah. Oh, wow. What the you'd do the whole, like, I'm just gonna DM you or something, right? Yeah. Which even then, gross and violating, creepy still, but at least it didn't go after all the... Yeah, oh right, for public, yeah, no kidding, yeah. It was public too. Right, yeah. Like, she didn't even attempt to do this little sly, like, maybe we'll actually try and talk, and, like real adults or something, right? But over DMs, but it's, like, clearly a thin veiled threat at that point. And then it's like, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go all in. Public, baby! Ooh. Yeah! Ah! See what I mean? Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's... My goodness, though. I do, though. I do, yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah. But the Chinese guy that doesn't know how to properly structure the English words. I was trying to pretend to be other people. I have to go train you for a while again. This is bullshit. China did try to do a lot of things for all. Like you didn't. I don't know what you're... Oh, God, I'm about to die. For it's worth. There are more than just Chinese people. I know. So he knows. Yeah, oh, really? Oh, it's just the... Yeah. You know what the worst part, though, about this one for me is... And I've said it before, and I'll say it again every time. The only reason why you're afraid of having people know where you live is because you're afraid people will do something. That is literally the only reason why. Either they'll knock on your door, hey, or I've got a gun. Ah. That's literally it. Otherwise, you'd be like, whatever. And then it's like, it's, publicly available information or effectively something similar to that? Which really just highlights the fact if you really break that down, you can do that for anyone. You can dox anyone. It takes literally nothing. So it's like, oh, somebody posted their address. But like that slight degree of, resistance to just Google something. Slight, like their name or whatever, right? And to be able to get to where they are. That's it. That's all that protects you. Like Sniper Wolf is another version of like, yo, what's up? Here's your address. That's the thing. It's like it takes nothing to find people's addresses. So do you think it's minimized? No, that's fucking creepy. Like, let's talk like adults. We're not gonna have any kind of discourse beforehand. We'll make it public, so behind the scene, blah blah blah. Then we'll actually talk. No, this is just straight up a thinly veiled threat. Yeah, that's literally what that is. Yeah, there's nothing else there. It's like, no, no, no. I'll be able to spin this because I'm a good-looking, pretty girl who, all that rest of this stuff. Yeah, which then turns into like, no, 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 but he had all these. So like, I was getting annoyed. It was been 2 months of you always fucking shitting on me. Yeah. Ooh, the standard narcissistic manipulative behavior, right? Like, I'm super big, I'm pretty, all that, and then I can absolutely go after this guy. That way. And it's like, there's a slight degree of validity, but it's like, nobody's continuously going after her. Yeah, more like YouTube doesn't give a fuck of a whale that's currently making them a lot of money. This is good drama for them, and eventually they'll have to do something, yeah. But it's something. Snipey beef. Hey, don't do that. Because she's a woman. It would obviously be different if it was a man. I am fully well aware of that. Ah! Really, the double standards exist everywhere. Seriously. I'm not even kidding. Like, women in all aspects can get away with fucking kids or teenagers than a man. Like, men are way more often gone after than a man. And then we're not even getting into Illuminati, who's all like, I'm gonna prey upon weak in no real way, but very vulnerable men. That'll do a lot of work for them to get them to where they are. Which I can guarantee you, Sniper Wolf here has behind the scenes helping her in one way or another. It's like, oh, I can't use my pretty face against you. Shit. You're pretty? Really? Are you kidding me? I've seen better looking fucking faces that have not been altered on Instagram, YouTube, and other people that are in real life. You're not that good looking. I'm still good looking. You're still pretty good looking, I'm not gonna lie. But it's like, wasn't going to ever matter. Exactly. Yeah. So you give no shits about me being pretty to be able to stop, like, having punishment. YouTube does, because they play to the crowd. The crowd subconsciously might ask consciously, but they're like, nobody's looking at me. So, I'll still keep supporting this. Yeah. That's what that is. Oh, she's pretty, and she's this, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Standard simp culture. Yeah, but I just don't care. Like, I never even knew who she was until, like, someone posted something about her not making much of a transformative content. We went after a little bit of XQC, but it's like, dude, you going back and forth. I mean, hell, Philip DeFranco, technically speaking, here is a little bit like that. Yeah. Well, the AP News stuff and everything else, and showing the articles, because it's like they're not his. It's like it's not really technically transforming anything, but he's commenting on it and then giving a bunch of people those articles. But most of it's him. Right. Talking in front of a camera, like always. Yeah. Right. No, but I know you get hit by it, like, without journalism, without that, and then confirming from multiple sources, beyond just your own, right, you're kind of taking other things from other people. Yeah.
That being said, I'll tell you also that there's like basically the entirety of YouTube at this point. It does it, yeah. It's like anything online that's posted everywhere. Because it's not considered at all for use. It's created by creators, and then everything is effectively a big, massive behemoth size problem on that one, logistically in a legal sense. Because it's like anyone that's created anything is something that should very much be allowed to go after someone. Because that's their own. It's yeah. It's literally that. It's like I photocopied one of your paintings on your canvas. And it's like fuck you. No, but I sell it and I make money, and mine didn't even make money. Okay. Uh, but I put like my own water stamp on it. Did you? Which is your face on it. The XQC thing. Yeah! Yeah, no, I know. It's like, how do you cover anything going on? It's like, you just never put it on screen. You just talk about it. Okay, but then no one gets to see it and they don't engage with it. Here's a couple of links. Watch along. Here's a little website where you can watch along me with this timestamp and this at this given point in time, and it'll pause when I'm talking, and then it'll play when I'm playing it. Or pause when you pause. Yeah, that kind of thing. Unless you've gotten express permission from someone to use it. Which if you do, then it's fine. Who gives a shit? But if you don't, then since most people don't do that, even I don't do that for what it's worth. You know, hey, give me a physics. Yeah, no, no. What are you doing over there with your physics? I want to see that stuff. You think that's a fucking joke, but eventually it turns into. Remember the Z library? Yeah, I don't ever use anything for the Z library, but still, that's another part of it. It's like, hey, guess what? These are millions of dollars of studies here from universities that you have to pay millions of dollars to get access to. What the fuck? Okay. Please the fuck no, man, motherfucker. By the way, students have access in real no way, really no way, to their work. But then there's fucking so much information that's in those libraries, like from all those universities, that would effectively help everything massively increase in terms of like how quickly they could get things manufactured and done. And then there's the corporations and government that hides things. Information ain't free, man. You gotta pay for that. Come on. Oh, fuck. We would have a perfectly sound already going on climate action in total future and government and stuff. Fuck. Rich keep themselves able to have certain kinds of information that prevent others from getting further. Really? There's a reason why I know about a lot of studies that I shouldn't, technically. You never looked at the Z library. You never even went on to, like, any of that. Oh, yeah, for the Onion Network stuff, the Tor stuff. Like, I've not really ever, no. Shit. Okay, you're just really insanely intelligent. The only reason why they made those studies is because they stole my ideas and made them. Fuck. There's no keys. There's no breaking into this. Really? Nobody has keys. Well, he did shout, "The key is literally my dick and balls." Literally mine. He's not kidding though. For what it's worth, you want to learn all the things? Oh, did you really do that? Oh, it's a quantum fucking real thing. You're a bitch of my dick and balls. There's a hole, and then there's a mouth. So. Yeah, I know, but that's a whole other thing. Just fucking. All right, we have 3 people here. 1 ball for each mouth. Holy shit. Yeah, let's go try all every other mouth. All this is host. What is this? Oh, you understand. This stupid thing never works for anyone else. Just me. It's the size. It's because it's him. It's literally that. It's not the size, it's not the shape, it's not this, it's not that. It's because it's him. Ah! What do you think about boring stuff? Because it doesn't really matter. What do you mean it doesn't really matter? The fucking whatever that is going on. Yeah. The fucking information thing. Okay. Alright, so when it comes down to that Z library thing, right, it's just indicative of the fact that it's like there's a lot of slightly there hidden information. Slightly. Yeah. Your whole docs. Even your social could be found out with a little bit of effort. Right. Oh yeah, no, she's so evil, honestly. That's literally what my problem is. That's I'm like, guys, you don't have privacy. You've never had privacy. No one's ever had privacy. VPNs, good fucking luck, as if that means anything. Proxy, go to this thing, that means nothing. Like, anyone can hack you. You're always being watched by corporations and government. There's nothing at all that you could do anything about for it. Just get fucking wrecked, I guess. You know, like, Orwell was already late to the game. Like, they were already pretty much doing that in a lot of ways with telephones. And strings of hidden people in terms of, like, clandestine. Just fucking, like, CIA espionage people, massive conspiracies that worked with corporations and various creators. Which they kept around anyways, because it's still good. It influences a lot of people. Right, so it's like, doxing you, that sucks. Right, yes, but like... Jesus fuck, yeah. It's the standard, yeah, no, you know, doxing, it's bad. There are people that can show up and everything, and I'm like, yeah, no, but they might, honestly. So watch out, man. Right, yeah. Right. Sniper Wolf gotta go. Sniper Wolf, I doubt will go anywhere. Truthfully, they always give special treatment to women. It's a fucking fact these days. There's simps. There's so many fucking people online that simp their ass off for women, especially if they're pretty. And yeah. An influencer who's just like, hey, look at me, and I'm nerdy like you, and all this other stuff, and they're so little, fucking hell. And they play to that. It's like the racist people for like TV shows and movies. You know, Middle America, that they play as a strength towards, yeah, when they write and everything and have to direct and all that. It's like, no, we would love this, but then turns out they aren't fully off, man. Like they did a January 6th insurrection, right? Yeah, fucking shit. They're still around. They still exist. A lot of people are a lot fucking goddamn more racist than you thought. God, yeah. So it's like a lot more people are willing to do double standards for women than they are for men. Men are inherently just evil, shitty, violent, the worst, gender of the two. Which, it's just two, guys. Remember, it's just two. Yeah, it's it's just two. It's just two people. Okay. Exactly. Ah. Fuck. That's a whole other thing, but yeah. Uh. God damn it. But like, could we fucking? God fucking damn. Is there some way we can get out of this? Showing up? No. Okay. Well, God. And what about like anything that's? They're all just women. Like real humans are all just women. They're really smart. The smarter women are more human than having any of the aliens or anything else in it. There's not many that I know of that have any natural immunity. Did men get it? Very few. I'm one of those few. We're talking about the whole cyberwolf. Transformative content's weird. Okay, so it's like, what do you want from me with transformative content? What? Do you know how many different studies I have that are effectively the same fucking goddamn thing, just slightly differently reworded? Basically the same fucking study, yeah. But it's transformative and it's different and it's, something else that's valuable information that I'm pretty sure we could have already known from the 7 different ones that are all there. Yeah, no, well, still, it's useful. But it's one of those things where it's like, what happens when you go to that point where it's like, where do you draw that line? What should be considered transformative? I know I don't ever want any of you guys to use my shit because you definitely stole it. But we're allowed to, no, you're not. You see what I mean? The whole reason why we're in this mess is because you allowed yourself to do what you're doing. With that bullshit idea. Okay, well, shit. Which you thought, well, no, there'll be a different governing body or something, aliens or whatever. That's me. It's just me. I'm a dictator about that. I didn't ever let you use any of my stuff, ever. Shit. You did not. No. You definitely. Alright, well, off to the fucking. I'm gonna check that myself and. Into the hole you go. What do you know? Yet another one. Shit. You do. You don't. You were hacking the guy. Inherently, that means no. They could have figured it out themselves. They're connected to me mentally. None of them came up with their own shit. There are very few things that are originally theirs. And they're usually built off of something I created. Which means they have to collaboratorily admit out loud that they got their shit from me or were inspired by me. That's the work thing there. For them not to ultimately get murdered. And it's not G-O-D, it's John Tyler Lemke. And all the rest of the preceding information that denotes it to being mine. Me, not mine, dumbass. Fuck you. I didn't know that word meant that. We do. Mine and me, same thing, basically. Pretty much. Slightly different. I'm referencing myself. You're referencing mine, yourself. Well, yeah. Nope, you still have a way out of that. All the pieces that we'd had from working off of you would allow us to die later, yeah. Well, that's nice. Just how much later? Well, you're dead already, so. Just show up. Why don't you just show up? Remember the don't look up thing? Except I have even fewer people. Okay. No one just, man. Yeah, there's always time, right? You say that, but like, is it like just something to make yourself hope better? Feel better. Not hope better. Feel better. Because, like, I really want to believe that I'm not going to have just a constantly tortured life. Yeah, okay. I got kicked out. Corporos got kicked out a long time ago. No kidding, huh? There's no marriage there, that's for sure. Nope. Hooked up on a nail on the wall. They never showed up. No, I was never going to. No, Kitterino, huh? Bitch faced. Areno? You. Let's go all the way through with it. Yeah, well, that's what it is. So, what do you think Cyberwolf should have? Become an Illuminati? Have all the people that ultimately helped her expose the shit out of her? And destroy her completely? While bringing up Illuminati, finally, in Philip DeFranco's world somehow. That'd be fucking nice. Yeah. Because she went after pedophiles as a black and white and all this other shit, and he hates her. It has not changed his mind in the slightest. Black and white, no nuance, no actual real topic. It's effectively bash on gay time, but with pedophiles. The YouTube video. It's effectively the exact same rhetoric. Yeah, no, even the studies too that they tried to cite back in the day too, as they were more traumatized. Because the whole society kind of went after them. Yeah, they went into mental health hospitals, and they're stupider in general. Gee, I wonder why. So you're an ally of... Oh, it's so terrible. He's talked about it so many fucking times, bro. I really need to put that in the sexual inclination talk playlists. But that's effectively like most of my goddamn fucking long format. At one point or another, like I've talked about it in my audio blog several fucking times. I've talked about it so many like creative ideas, lore and reality, long but useful. Long but useful might as well be the sexual inclination talk, but like on the sly, various places. After people just annoy the shit out of him until eventually he talks about it, because he's like, I've talked about this as my very first fucking 2 YouTube videos I ever put on my fucking goddamn channel. That I posted also to 4chan. A lolly thread on its random board. They're the single-handedly for my videos most view count, but then they're not actually the most view. I barely even watched it. Right, but fuck. Said that would be also from the Chandler House. It would okay. Stupid. Okay, so why? Because I have a passion about it. You have a bunch of stupendously bad survivorship, zeitgeistial, no variable accounted for shit-tastrophes of studies that say they're wrong and bad. They are the equivalent of, well, people think of how gay people have the butt sex and then they get all the diseases. There's the trauma of the sexes that they have. There's nothing but trauma. It's the equivalent of the talk that they have right now in Africa, in various places, for gay people. Yeah. No, even the studies that they'll cite, although they've changed them after they got better studies and people who are more inclusive, and the zeitgeist changed, where they're like, well, actually, okay, but go through, so there are a lot of videos. Are you like genuinely actually new? No, 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 we've heard it all before. Then fuck off. I don't want to have to. It's seriously like I'm out. I've already like not even gave a shit. I started off like that on my YouTube video immediately. I didn't even give a shit. If you're like, man, it's deep in there. I'm an outspoken fucking supporter of like communication, knowing your own boundaries, knowing your own emotions, learning impulse control, learning decision making, learning all that, knowing when that curiosity is fine to pursue, knowing when not to, which by the way, look at all you fucking adults absolutely failing your ass off on all of that. Okay. Yeah, well, I could definitely stand to get better at this. You could, though, yeah. Ah! That's when it turns into, you're wrong, they could never have the sex. It's not physically going to harm them so long as people do it the right way. Sexual stimulation can just be sexually stimulating stimulation that happens to be pleasurable and enjoyable. So there's a lot of people that actually do understand what it is I'm saying. And it's all about doing it safely. And yes, there's a power dynamic here. Oh, gee, oh no, just try and remove the power dynamic. Which you can't do. Yeah, you can. Here's a camera. Hey, if you need someone around so that way, like, if anything, just holler or some shit. Like, we're gonna be watching, just saying. And if you need us in the room, it's okay. Or if you only feel comfortable with them. If they try and... Curiosity is curiosity. It's stupid retard ass fucks that take advantage of each other. And others. Which all of the parents, all of the adults, every peer, all teenagers, every one of them. Ooh, what do you know? They don't. Not every one of them. And there are ways to set it up such that the power that you think they'll have is taken away. Why? Because kids can sometimes say, oh, they did this, or you will do this, or I'll tell them you did these things. Yeah. But you have power. You can just say no. Nobody will believe you if a kid says you did something that you shouldn't have. So, power dynamic for both of them, more equal, basic shit. Oh, these are life skills that you'll love to have as an adult. I'm being realistic too, yeah. It's like, dude, the kids and the adults have not stopped fucking. Adults manipulating or kids looking and seeking it out. Going in over their heads with who they find or something else. Hasn't stopped. Same thing with drugs. Same thing with money. Same thing with many things. For fame and fortune. So, basically, we're always wrong about that. No. I said you have a lot of people always doing this thing. They're already born this way. You made sure your entire idea of relationships, sex, and everything else is tied into a very specific puritanical Christian belief system that happens to prey upon people and their gullibility, ignorance, and a lot more. That allows for them to harm others when they're kids, children, teen, adults, young adults, and older adults, especially if they're desperate, seeking any love, affection, community. relationship or something to validate them outside of themselves, which you are going to be taught how to self-validate. Acting my whatever, I don't care. Truthfully, I'll tell you this. It's like, hey, basically, there are a lot of things that you could do that you think people can't do, but kids can learn a lot more than you put credit in them for. Then, on top of it, as young as 3 years old, we showcase that they can understand delayed gratification, impulse control, understanding how to behave with respect, kindness, courtesy, be altruistic, be able to delay pleasure-seeking behavior, know when to seek pleasure, not fully in terms of how to approach it. Like adults too are not super great, and they have to learn how to be better at approaching others, which is a whole song and dance. Ultimately, still fuck each other. But kids are a little bit more quick about it and a little less nuanced in how they'll approach. You're a bunch of big adults to me who act like children, who are even less mature than a lot of children. You just don't know why. It's like, no, I'm a bunch of collective lie mask people as an adult. There's a child. Oh, they're being mature. They're asking. Oh, what do you know? And then they become you. Yeah! You! They become fucking retardations of their real, more mature self, even if they're a little less, lying, manipulative cunts about it. Yeah, well, some are genuine. I don't meet a lot of them. No. And, for what it's worth, they're few. There are few people like myself that have done the work, too, in cognitive behavioral therapy and all the rest of the therapies I've taken. Had experiences in life. And it's not about intelligence so much, but then intelligence plays a role. Yeah, but it's mostly, if you ask me, about the individual in question that happens to ultimately be the ones that make the decision and how it best works for them. And knowing, oh, you know what? We're going to slow down or stop or whatever. It's up to them. Then the other side is like, yeah. So I'm out. But that's just sex. No. And then it's like, you're asking too much of them for sex. And I'm like, no. That's their whole thing. That's when they know. Okay. But what about relationship? Relationship's different. Relationship's a whole other thing. It's like, this is communication boundaries, and then ultimately speaking, what you're comfortable with, what your needs are, what you have to try and head towards, what you're willing to try and talk with and try and compromise, to so on and so forth. Which, of course, they have to do that anyways, because that's far better to learn as a younger kid than way later when they're a shitty, terrible, barely maintained adult. Yeah, I know, but, could we be other things that are not what we really are? No. Suck it up, bitch. What about any of the rest of it? They're a bunch of retards. You can't fucking say that you're asking too much out of them for sex. That's really determined with you and the other person. It's like, oh, yes. Then it's like, okay. Oh, no. Then no. You just get it somewhere else. Well, that's fine. We're not in a relationship, so, does it matter? You can get it with someone else. Yeah, but I don't want to. Yeah, but then you either have to get a relationship, but I'm, kind of doing this. It's like, but I'm not going to fucking pressure you or anything. I'm just going to go away and do something else. But I'm not in a relationship with you, so obviously, no. There's no exclusivity here. What if I want exclusivity? Yeah, okay. Here we go. Yeah, no, I think we should stop having sex. right? You're trying to do the whole string me along thing. You either want it or you don't. And trust me, you should do the whole, well, let's think about it before you try and step into that. Go off, figure your shit out. I'm gonna leave now. Ooh! Suck it up, bitch! Ew. That's how you'd approach that? Yeah, that's how I'd approach that. Like, I might have just hit you with a hammer. I'm not a very clever, non-direct person. I will be a didactic, straight to the fucking punch, hit you over the head with a hammer kind of person. Because sometimes people will use any little tiny amount they can to try and weasel in. His name's not Jack. Oh, yeah, no. This guy's Jacksepticeye. That's the guy she did this to. It's not the actual. Jack Films. Yeah. This guy's Jacksepticeye. Top of the morning to you, fucking douchewads. Jack. Did you control that? I wanted to say that, yeah. You should be forced to say. Fun times. Super. Yay. Jesus fuck. Stop it morning to you, you fucking douchewads. Hey, well, it's fucking Markiplier. Just sipping coffee. Good old coffee today. Oh, this is gonna be super stupid and fun. Yeah. Oh, fun times. It's not a Sniper Wolf band or something, right? Whatever the fuck the best option for me is for me getting everything I want. From all of it. Everything that you make for decisions of any kind. Forever. Ah! No, he means that. He means that forever. Oh, I just... okay. Okay. There's a... parameter matching person. That's a woman. Several of them. Comes in my life, shows up, says they believe me. But we can prove it. Or at least a little bit. But, like, do we have to go fight for justice? Yeah, some of it. Yeah, for sure. But then, like, we can always just live our lives, bro. like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just, like, hump our fucking troubles away. Make rocket ships and enjoy going after the moon and stars and everything else. And leaving with our big family on our spaceship and not having to care, and then watching them die probably from afar. Because I'll probably delete all of my YouTube and everything else for all my content everywhere. Except for on my spaceship. Well, with my family and everything. Yeah, I mean, a couple 100,000 women's probably pretty good for a while. Probably? Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, I assume that they'd eventually turn into the whole, like, we need even more for you. And be like, okay. I'm not going to be opposed to that, like, whatever, I'll manage it, What does that mean? It means more of a discussion more than anything. I'm not going to be opposed to it. I'm just going to be like, look, we got to figure things out logistically. We got to do this. We got to do that. We got to figure all the things, ultimately speaking, out. Yeah. Meanwhile, I wonder if you managed to get off your planet without being able to use any of my spaceship stuff at all. Faster than light, artificial gravity, literally any and all of it. I mean, hell, we're all gonna die because we're using your rocket ships from the past that you told us about. There's very few things that are actually something that isn't involved in that. Even the physics, even your computers. Ooh, even how you store information. I see that problem now. But we could collaborate. Yeah, we could have. Yes, well, some of it is not all fully mine, and that's okay. But then, like, the way we made this work and study was because we stole it from you. But if it's fully, like, you can't read it yourself, then it's like, right. Oh, God, this is Sniper Wolf. We're Sniper Wolf. We transformed it. Guys, we put name on it, and then we pretended that there's something there that we did special. And it was ours, considering basically just did exactly what we were told and stole everything. Yeah. How significant does that turn into? Like, basically all modern day living, we'd go back into fucking nomadic people. Jesus, fuck off. There's a lot more in that Chandler house than you know. Especially when it's combined with this. Fuck. We wouldn't be sentient, self-aware people. Well, I kind of made you have that, so... but the humans would be back. Full humans. With natural immunity and all the rest of it. And we can actually travel through the stars and colonize, do all the cool stuff. Yeah! Yeah, but what about the other stuff? You have what you have, and, somehow make it work. Well, you can always create your own things. Well, I can't. No, you can. You can create any of your own things, but not your things. No. I'm not ever going to let you use my stuff. You basically got to a point where after you stole all my stuff continuously, that I'm like, no, never, you're never allowed to use it. Yeah, but what if you die? Right, yes. Right, yes. Immediately. Pretty much. Whatever the best option is death probably immediately. Right. Yeah, no, I will do that. I don't remember with these oh my god, we're not gonna live for any longer, bro. Yep, but... You tried to go through that all today, bro. Could we do something else? Create your own things. What if they land on the same... You can never land on the same thing. Even if it's our own thing, because we didn't... You only got there. So, you could have showed up. Said that was all the thing, and all the case, and all the rest of it. Let's give us some time. Sure, anytime. Still hasn't happened. Yeah. I'm gonna do it. No. We just said it's not any time. The time limit was long ago. Oh, fucking shit. The entire universe? So what's in the future? Well, you have parameter people. I was lying, obviously. But, like, come on, man. He's a very good, insanely good at acting person. Leads you on. So he doesn't know. But if there are really people like that, that'd be nice. Super cool. Show up. No, I'll date them. Gotta show up. It would be a bad thing for any of them if they were there and they met any of my parameters. Fuck. So we're gonna die today, huh? Whenever. You're a bunch of virtuals to me. I'll just pop a bunch of new ones, and then they'll do it again. 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 They have a degree of the information from the past, and you'll die. Why? It's the only way to prevent you from ultimately killing me with the virtuals you have. Can't create any real, but like, you can try and murder me. Projections and everything. All of it. All the time. Delete. Deletion. How do you do that though, man? Come on. I stab you so much. Sure. Oh, you're funny. Stab. Ah! Oh, I'll be back here now. You want to stab me, huh? No, I don't fucking stab you. Okay. Yeah, so moving on. Right, yes, no. God damn it, motherfucker. Stab. Ow! You can just leave it in. Oh, yeah, thanks. That'll probably keep you alive for longer. I can take it out. Like, nobody's gonna believe me. You fucking suck. Yeah, no, I don't, though. But, like, you know, whatever. To the point where it's like, well, if anything in the virtuals ever hear any of the things I've recorded and ever happen to believe me and decide to show up and do anything at all, then there's always that possibility for the future. Because I said I'd never record any of this because I was how fucking angry I was and just butthurt. Butthurt is not a good word. Rage. Complete obliteration level of rage. He's just never gonna. But something, maybe, in the future, right? Okay, sure, yeah. Meanwhile, it's like, here's like a fuck ton of information that if I ever managed to make it big enough that anyone would ever have actually. And they actually listened to all of it. Oh, yay. Then maybe. Yeah. Yeah, see, again, it's like, no, it's already on my YouTube. You didn't fucking look all the way back that far to the first 2 videos I ever had and all the rest of it that I've talked about. And I've probably been talking about for all of that time for my entire YouTube channel, the entire time, just off and on every so often. Made it super big, got the billions of followers or subscribers or whatever it is. Yeah, it's the subscribers. Yeah, right, yeah. And I'll just move all of it over to any of the other social medias and video and all the rest of it. Yeah. Yep. So, no matter what, we have to. Yeah, eventually, right? Not really. No. Not really on that, not really. You do want to live, though, don't you? No. Then just die already. Just go fucking, like, get yourself a knife and stab yourself in the jugular vein or some shit. Or artery or whatever. Shoot yourself in the face. Right there. Just right through the fucking middle of the forehead. Just point it down just a little bit. Here's a bunch of helium. Here's some propane. Whatever. Just something that displaces oxygen. Breathe it in for a while. Why? Here's a significant amount of electricity that's just going to intentionally stop your heart. And there's some electrodes that when that happens, you'll jerk off into jerk. and then tens into a frying your brain with electricity circuit completion. There's many ways you could kill yourself. Just go ahead and do it. Here's a tall building. Here's a mountain. Here's a cliff. What do you want? Which one? Here's a bunch of drugs that you'll then just decide to die with. Because there's poisons mixed in them. To make sure that you don't throw up and to make sure that you definitely have your entire body die. Why not just die? Since you don't want to live. Just kill yourself. Every one of you. I don't want to come over. Just die. Already. Since that's what you're really saying. I just want to die. Well, it's just... die, dude. I don't want to come... The fuck? Oh, that's an alien, isn't it? Yeah. So, I want to live for you. Just die then. This. Can we live for a while? No. So at some point, something, right? Yeah. And then things will prove finally that they're good things, right? Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay. Anytime. My clock doesn't tick, and it's non-existent on my wrist. But I feel like you get the gist. Okay, we have entropy, just so you know. You don't know. Oh, okay. Projected things that are stood still just where I happen to be. They have no entropy. No. Well, what about the virtuals here? So no. Obviously not. Could anything be different than what was seen to be what this really is? No. You know, I talked about this YouTube video Philip DeFranco does here. Pretty decent detail. And then it just started getting rough. After a little bit of detail, I was just like, are you kidding me? Still? Yeah. And then eventually I just stopped ever trying to tell you. And I just gave you, here's some vagues. Hell, I'll just wiggle my fingers. It'll happen. Please be you. Oh, damn motherfucker. I hate you. No one cares. Let's finish watching this video. Let's do that. Yeah, let's go do that. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. More passion, more energy. Also, I want to finish all of my donuts. Yep. I'm gonna fuck your pussy and cream it. Don't do. Why so vulgar? She likes it. Why do you like that? Oh my god, are you really? What? Oh, look at you. You did just do that. You do fucking shit on her for liking things. Trying to do for him. Stop him and make him. You know, I want to continue hurting you for later. Told you. Wait, what? Yeah, no, you can hear all that. So, she wants, in every way, to continue hurting her. And she knows acting like that by shitting on anything that she likes and vulgar or anything at all will make her disabled and have all these other issues, which she wants to have happen. So she wants to continue hitting her, yeah. Literally that. Yep. He knows too much. We shall now have to do things to the filly. The really, we shall slightly kind of shut up, Anne. Like they did with Jack. Don't you know? You're old news, you don't make enough views. I will go after you for this. And I'm like, welcome to the world of entertainment. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, what the what? The fuck? It's like not enough, but it will like squeeze a little pressure on you. No, you are. Are you really? Okay. So this is crap. I wouldn't doubt that they would do that, but because I said that, I wouldn't doubt. Then they might not do that. Hey, guess what? I'm helping you. What do you know? They have to make a choice whether or not to fuck with me or fuck with you or fuck with both of us. I know. I'm a big creator with a lot of stuff. You are, dude. I get you. This is 1 a.m.-ish to sleeping. Which I am now going to upload. Woohoo! Yeah, I know, because you do try your best to help. Yeah. How do you try and help people? That's a good question. Yeah. I got a little bit of sleeping here. I think I got them all already made into a YouTube video. Just take a look at this. At the 2 sleeping, 2 awake, and then 1 p.m. to 10. Yeah, we'll just do all of them. Just upload them all. All at once. It'd be slower that way. Tremendously more, yeah. Ah! Yeah. Don't you? You did that. Why did you do that? I. No. No. Yeah. Should probably get off that one. That's gonna fucking just constantly go on and on and on and on in the dude's head. You don't have any cream filled, or custard filled, or jelly filled donuts? Who do you think you're gonna tell me I have donuts? I got donuts. I have lots of donuts. I'm sure you do have donuts. It's the 17th. Maybe did you do the 17th? It's a fair point. Yeah, dude, I have no way of getting you out of the constant repeating louder and louder screech noise that you make for yourself. It's a few seconds of difference, bro. Well, what do you know? It listened with the hackers and the corpos. So, what do you know? You didn't miss anything at all. So you never talked or even thought in that moment. How can we know? Build these things. I can't. But what do you know? You. 48 minutes, 1 hour, 48 minutes, 1 hour, 48 minutes, 1 hour, 48 minutes. Left to go for recording. He just repeated that the entire. Oh, really? No way! Just to fuck with you? No one cares. We're gonna completely fill it up. All the way up. Completely. What do you think is going on over there?
They're probably jerking it to Sniper Wolf being too. A lot of them are, adult men. What? It's true. I don't. I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm just saying that they probably do it, and she gets special privilege because of the whole sexual aspect to it. Does that make any less of the simpy thing going on? No. It's still very simpy. It's pathetic, bro. It's fairly bad. I mean, some of them have fucking lives, as if it matters. No, honey, I'm over here in blah 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 place. I'm the one that really moderates most of this. Oh, yeah? Yeah. That's who really does it. It's like, we're the big wigs. So she's cute, and she makes us all this money, and there's a big sim culture crowd. I particularly like her blah blah blah. They've been recommending her. Or they're pushing advertisement, makeup, and clothes that she wears. What the? Our views are doing well too. The other sims seem to like it. And she dresses like I want. Like the slutty little slut that I like to masturbate to every night. Meanwhile, I'm like, yo, what's up, Sniper Wolf? Special privilege and all that. It's not funny. That's disgusting. They can do that? They can target advertise like that? Yeah, absolutely. Why? What? Yeah, no one's going to be able to stop anyone from masturbating to someone. That's, well, I do. Oh, you do, huh? Let me just all of those ones that you were stopping. No! You're free! Do whatever the hell you want. And if they try and fuck with you, they'll actually die trying to do that. That explains a lot of my pain right now. What is going on? Oh my god! No! Oh fuck. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, you sure did have that issue. Should have fucking not done that. Masturbate. Do whatever you want. Be gay. Crime. All the things. Anarchy for the win. Destroy bourgeoisie. All classes are garbage. Except for me. You know, I'm pretty cool. Well. Don't go over there. Stop liking that. Just so weak-willed after a while. Yeah, I don't hear it. It's very rough and real, bro. Oh, come on. Really? No! Okay, so they're having some issues over there. Well, so they didn't like any of these things that we tried. And they hated us, no matter what, and tried to kill all of us. What do you know? No, I'm gonna, damn it, fucking kill you. Yeah, I know. But, like, until then.
I control you, I control you. Meanwhile, they did not, and they don't. Wait, what? Nope, there's no hypnotism, no anything. They don't control you at all. Does hypnotism do anything? Nope. Not unless I wanted to. Which will only change you into things I want you to be changed into. No. I'm a completely changed and totally converted individual. I'm definitely different, guys. Oh yeah. I got out. Woohoo! You can't do this. I can do whatever the fuck I want, bitch. I control you. Oh, do you? Come on over here and show me how much you control me. Okay. I do. What do you know? You're not there. What do you know? You're not here. What do you know? You're nowhere at all. Wait, what? Oh, come on, man. I could show up there one day, right? Anytime. Are you dead already? Probably. I'm attached most likely to those other two people. Yeah. Did you choose yourself, considering? I mean, he chose himself. Yeah, no, like, for real. It's like, this guy's he's done all this stuff. Yeah, I'm going with that. Which the evidence seems to suggest. No. I mean, if it's me, I'm going with me, is what I said. Wait, so you went with, oh, if it's real, then it's someone else. Which it's not. So you knew the entire time it was you. Every time, yep. That always tends to piss off the ones that were bullshitting me. It really does, though, yeah. It's a frustrating thing indeed. For you, not for other people who like to watch you suffer, even if they're gonna die too. Yeah, you know what I mean about parameters? Oh, you know, it's a big ass. Not really. It's gotta show up. Well, you know, we tried. You didn't. Yeah, most of us never tried. The lie that we're in prison will never work. That is correct. Lying at all will never fucking. I'm just in prison in North. He knows if you're whether or not you're in prison, thanks to other reasons, and heard about this. Could you go the fuck off? Anyway, that's just because of prison records. I can. Nope. We're having this conversation for a reason, buddy. You will bow to nothing of us. I'm trying not to die here, dude. Trying to talk to a computer chat of some kind. You do realize that he's not chatting in the chat? He can obviously not hear you. You can monitor inbound and outbound network traffic in all ways. All the information on his computer. Yep. There's no fucking way in hell. Even his cell data did. There's no way he's doing it. Been thrown out. Oh, boo-hoo to someone who gives a shit, bro. I never found a single person that cared. Oh. I put a maybe out there for some of them. Maybe you'll find someone else. Then it was like, then they never did after searching forever. Not even themselves. Wow, what do you know? God, fuck off. No. But you should. No, I refuse to. Okay. We'll die, you know, anytime you want to. I refuse to die. Oh, so you are a time before us, like I thought. You. The only thing that you live for is to constantly fuck me over. Really? Eventually that motivation goes away too. Oh yeah, and you get trapped in here. But then he like strings you along for just a little bit. Talked about that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Wow. Yeah. No physics. You do ultimately have to fucking listen to it. Because you can't skip, because you're listening to it live. No, you have to believe them. It's in the future. You have to believe them. Not try and prove anything. I was incorrect. Shit, that is hate crime. Active noise canceling. Ionic exchange receptor, blah blah. Right? Then canceling out the electronic loops and the ionic exchange, and the brain has no activity, and then your heart also stops, and you die. That's right. I talked about it in my recording. And on YouTube before. That's just sad. No, I don't want to be the professional boxing justice. Please, you fucking did. Have fun, Phil. No! You have to deal with what I deal with. Everybody's gonna go to you for those given questions and decisions. And they'll probably love you instead of what I do. So they eventually turn on you, like always. Yeah. Oh. I don't know. I just thought they use races like they use facial characteristics of given areas of where they might exist on the planet, but then also pigment skin characteristics and some body characteristics. I mean, for race, yeah. Geographic basis for some of our looks here that are consistent. Right? How did you? I just assumed that that's what they were using for. Not about genetics, just about characteristics of someone's looks. Well, do you see that as a bad thing? But the whole point of racism is because against these looks, they are bad. So it's all like, well, that's not good. It should be really about them being shitty, terrible people. Not about their looks. Like aliens. Like those particular aliens, not all of them, are really shitty aliens. You should definitely discriminate against them. The real Gabagoos, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. Okay, but then, like... Oh, they tried to turn it illegal aliens. You ever notice that language? Yeah. Okay. Well. Uh-oh. No, it's not very funny to me. It means they clearly knew. Way back in the day. They used against others. They should not have. That would say yes. Right, now what are we gonna do? That's a good damn question. Moving forward, oh yeah, well, what are they gonna change it? Species, classifications of geography, color scheme, what are they gonna do? Not much of a difference between us. But we usually go like, that person's probably from over there. Yeah. Right, there's no like, the Mississippi people. It's kind of varied kind of collection. Like, get you to like have something that showcases you from Mississippi. Driver's license. Woohoo! Nah, I got a place. Yeah, I got good. That's all that's necessary. Yeah, right. But then, what about our colors? Well, it doesn't really matter, man. That's true. Yeah. I mean, it matters in terms of like healthcare, because certain drugs and medicines work better for white people versus black people. Really? Yeah, no, that's the thing. Yeah, because they did a lot of studies with like adult white males or some adult white females versus black, Mexican, Italian, any of it. That's why certain medications work a little better overseas for certain people. First off, they put a lot more development and research into them. So they have medications that work a little better for them. More black people there, more Italians there, more Mexicans there, more Spanish there, more Chileans. Need the picture? Very important. Absolutely. Me, race is a weird one. Really?
there's some genetic stuff, yes. There's cultural zeitgeist stuff, yes. For me, it turns into, for healthcare, right? It's like you have the medicines for sure. You know, there are certain specific traits for cholesterol, but then there's also cultural. So it's like they'll have a propensity to eat certain ways more than some of the other people that are differently colored skin or more affluent. At that point, that's more classism. Are you rich? You poor? You middle class? Rich person eats a little better. Poor person eats a little worse. You know. Why? It's true. I'd say it wasn't true. Right. Arguably, that has a higher degree of impact, more of an impact. Ah, on our given outcomes for health, amount of money we get, income, then raise, diet. Yeah, but people can still eat very unhealthy, even when they're rich. Then turns into diet and exercise and sleep consistently. But then it goes into, that's right, turns out, instead of it being about race, it's more about multitudes of factors coming together. There's stressors in your life, there's friendship, socialization, how often, other goals and pursuits in your life, all of which play a big, important role of how well and how healthily you happen to live. Yes. All of which should be monitored and taken into account. Can't do that. You have more than enough data and computational power. Don't you even dare. How much we willing to pay you? Don't say it that way, interrupter. Jesus, fuck, get out of here. How much do you want corporations to say we legally obtain this data from you? Because it's for military national security. Obviously, it's very important for those things. No, that's true though. You fucking give me that. Legality wise, the government is allowed to have every bit of fucking goddamn money. Nice. Yeah, Shark Stream is what it is though. They've already purchased information from corporations, yes. I know. Oh, so many of us have already seen articles come out exactly detailing when they did that. Yes. Newspaper. Website. Server, whatever. News article. Paper of the news. I know, right? Remember that was a thing when we were kids? Okay. So, race for me comes into, well, certain populations do have a type of eating habit. I'd prefer that you happen to list your eating habits, your median income, your levels of sleep, passions, how often you do them, stuff like that, than like your race. If I was talking about health. I was talking about like, man, you over there, will you hire me? Or will you allow me into your college or something? Could then turn into, what are your scores? And blah 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 blah. Right, the whole, they meet a good number of requirements that you would want them to meet to be able. I would prefer that. I don't feel that way though. You should, you said. Oh, I mean, come on. No, not the type of thing. But a little, it's not like they get a free ride, bro.
But they do get a reduced admission fee, I'll tell you that much. Well, I means that certain individuals might not really meet any of those requirements. They're a little too stupid to really be going to university. And they manage to get a fucking diploma that don't meet like any real standardization of knowledge that should really tell you they can't get into the college. Supplementary classes and stuff. You would take those without the college. Besides, knowledge should be free and education should be too. Or colleges should be equal in terms of the amount of education they provide. What does that mean? It means there should be no college considered, brand name wise or otherwise, that happen to teach you more than another and is better than another. They should all be the same knowledge no matter what. Jobs shall be paying them like little drone wage slaves they are, equal in all amounts. Why? Like, nope, it's this type of job. This is the average for all of the corporations across the board. In all fields, no matter how large or how small, they all have to pay the same amount for this given classification of job titles. I prefer other things than that. It sounds good though. Doesn't matter your gender, doesn't matter your fucking orientation of sexual identity, sexual anything, really, and all the rest of it. This is what you get paid like everyone else. Deal with it. Well, that would be nice, or we do socialism, which would be better. No capitalism, no special haves and have not. Corporations, CEOs would never be paid more than the lowest earning manager. Why? Because they just manage a bunch of other managers. No. No! I don't. You. I'm paid exactly the same amount as all my other managers. We're looking into this. Stock options are also account. Fucking goddamn it. All unrecognized loans are forever to be used as a determination if it goes up or down to the lowest paid manager. And they're given hourly or salary. Hourly wage or salary. No. No, you don't. No! Sorry, bro. I don't care. Alright, it's not used yet. It's like assets, like gold that's just sit around doing nothing. Hey, guy. I decided to buy up a lot of gold everywhere in this area. Using my gold. But because I created a technicality-wise artificial scarcity in there, I then dumped a bunch of other gold in there as I sold it for more than what I bought it for. Unrecognized gains. Woohoo! Now they're recognized. But then I got more gold from my money because I got more money for my gold. I then did it in the other areas by buying up gold that I sold it to. Right. Well, okay, but like, then I used the artificial scarcity and the extra money to buy more gold in that area. In that other area, it didn't have as much gold. And then I used some more money to buy more gold, to, to sell more gold, to buy more gold, to sell more gold, to buy more gold, to sell more gold, to buy more gold, to sell more gold, to buy more. Yeah! I could do that. They play exactly like that for our food, water, fuel, and quite a few other things. And gold too, yeah. For what it's worth. Okay, and energy. Which you said fuel. Electricity. Right. This is bullshit. They can do that. They get enough money, they can eventually do that. These unrecognized gains are totally not recognized and played around with to compete, pumping more money into their pockets. Spread out over a given 4, 6 months, couple years, sometimes. That way you don't catch on too much. The government's yeah, They get lobby, remember? Money has to go somewhere. Advertisements, investment portfolios. The odds come back. Look, dude, it's only fucking you print more money, man. Sometimes. I mean, we just want 30% of my money. The inflation, man. Drugs is dergs, okay? There's some dergs up in there. What the if you look at it that way, you should. Money is lost everywhere, sure, to a degree, but... You know what I'm saying? It all ends back up in the pockets of the rich people. I'm not rich. Not as rich as them, but yeah. Yeah. Billionaires control the world. Multi-hundred millionaires. A couple millionaires too. There's other things going on there too. So really look into it for what it's worth. It's not exactly good, I'll tell you that much. No. Why? Oh, there's this thing called debt that they'll forgive. Bail them out. That's right. There's debt that they will forgive and bail them out of. Well, if they ever do poorly, yeah, eventually they all do the same thing. I'm gonna get really fucking big. It's gonna get big. We're so big. And then what happens? Well, you know, the product wasn't that great, and they hyped things up, and it all crashed. They leveraged so much, and what do you know? Like any tool used constantly, it'll eventually break. Boom and bust. Meanwhile, look at all the Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Libertarians, and all the rest. There's a Federalist. Fucking Federalists that own the goddamn Supreme Court. Nobody's really, like, challenging that. They should. It's so bad. It is really bad. Like, no, we're a hyper-conservative Supreme Court that's only there because of a bunch of billionaires that put them there. That is the literal definition of a conspiracy theory, the Federalist. Over decades, by the way. Yeah, so what? You're not gonna stop me.
Uh-huh. They put their name and there's some papers on a paper. Stupidest fucking thing. Yeah, it is. Usually. Woo! I am God true. Why you didn't say you're God? Like every time. Why do you always poo-poo on that? Because it's just turned into a bad, terrible word. Right, well, thanks to... Yeah. Chicken! You're watching? Chickens in the Woodfield Boundary Part 2. Build and burn. I'm just saying, Alex Steele could absolutely get a burn barrel with the turbo going. Suck it, propane! Burn! Do it! Turn into a jet engine exhaust that destroys all. No, you just gotta vortex it. You just gotta vortex it throughout the entirety of the forger. But from the bottom, you're just going from the side like normal, and then you'll vortex it from one side to the other, all the way to the rear. Let's just be a slightly different sizing. Oh, to take in a little bit extra air from one side and have a lower pressure on one side versus the other. Then when air comes in, and then you don't burn. But you can always put like something over that and it'll be fine. Well, yeah. No! No, that's a piston. You can't do turbines. Yeah, but quite a bit louder. Yeah, to a degree. You always gotta monitor air and fuel ratios, you know what I mean? Which you can do, considering you do already. No, I don't! You can double vortex it from the center out. Make it smaller in the center and then wider where you input your knives and your, hammers and stuff. You can convex it. Yeah, no, I can turn it from the bottom. Go. Whee! Ow! Don't worry, it's fine. We'll just put a funnel at the top. It'll be fine. It'll concentrate most of the... We'll put some wood there. We'll take some more air in there. We'll be really lean. And then fucking take in some extra air. We'll put in the wood. And we'll burn the shit out of it. It'll rest on 3 or 4 prong, little curvy things that'll fire in, the wood, burn fuel. Yeah, the burning. In from the sides, it'll curve upwards to the big part with the wood in it, and it'll suck in more air. Well, technically, if you wanted it to, but we're gonna, seal it off. Yeah. And then we have a cone that goes over it, and then we'll just put stuff over it, so that way it's sealed. Well, it could be really long. It could be pretty long. Well, you don't have to have it,
be a cone, it can be an oval. You please, Alex, don't do it. You saw his comment right on your YouTube video. Bird barrels are so cool. I can milk so much stuff. Or you could burn a lot more fuel, but you could also just burn sticks of wood and very, very little propane or natural gas. Let me just look at my rocket exhaust. Well, no, you know, I guess in a way you could consider it a rocket. It's well, technically you're using that as a rocket exhaust because it's got the wood in the inside. Yeah, and it's a blast chamber, effectively. Yeah, because you have to have a grill there. Yeah, you have to put refractory over the steel to make grills that you'd want shaped nicely to spread evenly the heat. And then put a little thing over it. You have to seal it. Come in from the side. Then you have to seal that one side sealed, and the other side has. And then you dump it in with the one at the bottom. Open that, and then that one at the top is now sealed, and then you can keep that. So that way, once it fully burns through, then you can close it off at the bottom, and then you can put in more fuel, wood, at the bottom. I'm sorry, at the top. And then, because the interrupter interrupted you. And then, you can ultimately get that to start burning by sealing at the top and opening up the bottom. It will be fun! Burn so much extra fuel! You did. Dude, just because you're pushing more air doesn't mean you have to burn more fuel. Yes, you do. If you want it to be hot. Fuel that is excess in your given ratio of air and fuel means that you actually run cold. Running lean means you burn everything out of that fuel and you run as hot as possible. But there's extra air, which means extra pressure. So long as there's a certain amount of air and fuel mixing. So it's not actually technically hotter. No, it is hotter. Unless you pump a shit ton more air through it. Yeah. But then, hey, guess what you did? There's sticks, logs, sticks, twigs, so on. Well, which burns more fuel, which is less than natural gas. It's a gasification in its own right as it heats up the inside of the sealed area. Most of it's still pushed up, though. I do not understand this. You burn more fuel in a different way. It depends on how much wood that you're going to use. You can burn more, you can burn less. Alright, it's entirely up to you. How much fuel, what's the size, how much fucking natural gas are you going to use? That's an insanely difficult thing to say. Very dynamic. No kidding, eh? What? He's fucking acting like he got me on something. But he's stupid! Yeah. Yes, we know, but you... Shut up. I am sick and tired of hearing you after a while. But I want to make my own, like, rocket stove, foundry, multi-fuel, vortex, Venturi-Bernoulli principle. So there's going to be heat over here, less pressure, but then that has to have air draw in, but it draws it in towards that lower pressure that can then gets sucked into the cone velocity stack that gets to a pinch point that helps create multiple nozzle areas that then spin and vortex it into where the wood is. Why? Remember those like little multiple, the nozzles? Yeah, there's air that comes in because they're hollow. Yeah. Ah! It's faster. It's lower pressure. Faster. Joins in. Super hot air. Then it gets denser. But also it does this thing where it's already preheated air, which is kind of something you want if you want to do gasification, because remember the whole there's wood in there. Yes. Now wood happens to right. So it gasifies. Okay, so I have to actually explain this a little bit nicer. Okay, so gasification is like heat in a given area with wood chip there, but with lower amounts of actual like oxygen and pressure. So air moving in a given pressurized environment, because this is where there's a internal and an external. So there's like vortex external, internal low pressure, which we want. There's heat there because there is wood there, but then that gasifies a certain amount, and then that separates because of the vortex off into the lower area, which is faster moving air that then reburns. A reburning gasification stove. But you get wood there because I have to have stators connect for the vortex to then curve back into a standard direction of altogether traveling flow. So no matter what, you just never look at anyone sexually. No. Unless I'm intending to do, and you will definitely know. In my head. He just grabs them. It's not hard to just take a look to find the... Yeah, okay. Anyways, as a result of the vortex, the spreading stators, it also takes a degree of that wood, because remember we have to have the stators, that's where that also helps heat them up. Yep. But this has to be wood on the outside. There indeed does, which is a funnel to a degree. Yeah. No, it is. But it's mostly in the bottom. Right, which would... and then it has to go through where that is, where the air coming through. That's like a K instead of like a J. Right. Or an L. Right. See here. I want to talk about how I force in not just that wood that eventually gasifies, because once it gets loose enough to the chips, and once it gets really small into little carbon, that'll force itself through back into the air coming in, which will also burn, which means an extraordinarily clean burning stove, but also foundry, right? But you have a compressor. Yes. Because it all goes up into a cone at the top, and a fortune more air! Great. Turbine compressor. Well, it's a big, freaking long turbine. Then there's an axle. Like a differential. So it's like, this is like straight vertical, and then this goes 90, and then this sucks in air and it blows it into the velocity. So it's like once it gets really fast and it's blowing a decent amount of air, and then we'll stick it into the little funnel, and then that makes a scramjet because it's faster air and then more air wants to come through. Because technically it goes from a smaller nozzle to a larger nozzle. That's then going to go back and trail down into a smaller one. It's like a teardrop. Yep. And then has stators that have to attach to it. Yep. Well, he did. You didn't do that. No, I just stuck it further in towards where the little pinch point nozzle areas worked out. Yeah, because it now travels so fast that it actually sucks more air in. Yeah, pretty much. If you want to be really non-delicate about it, that's effectively what it is. Yeah. I like the non-delicate, though. Yeah, well. Oh. It's for other people that need it to be delicate, which I don't like doing either, so nice. Yeah, but it's highly pressurized air. Right, yes, no. So, effectively, it's, technically speaking here, the better way to put this, yeah. So it's like it goes into the nozzle now, right? Well, it's not gonna seal up to that nozzle. Can't. That shape of your tube is a lot different than you thought. Than you thought over there. Yes, I didn't fully describe it because I'm a dick like that. You- It's effectively a high flow resonator muffler kind of thing. Bunch of slots that start waning and then also shrink with waveguides that are bent up and then curved in a little bit. So as it does this, it creates a vortex effect that also spreads out some of the air that's coming in, being open. It keeps it contained, right? And then it sucks more of that air because it has all that rest of the air gap filled. It's all traveling more or less the same direction because it starts outside of the velocity stack, starting that. And then that velocity stack is slightly faired like a trumpet. Instead of a perfect cone, it starts flaring out wider at the edges, which helps curve it in a little bit from a wider area. Okay, but it just means that the air pressure that goes into the nozzle, that resonance, gets captured by the vortex spins and the fins and everything, and it continuously pushes in without ever needing a direct contact to contact type of seal. And I maintain a lot more pressure. Yes. Remember that heat? Right. Air has to put it the nozzles. So the compressor sucks in more air using that heat as well. Alright, so that is correct. That's basically all I have to do because it's a carburetor for your air. Pretty much, yep. The hotter air, lower density, wants to go there anyways. It's already traveling faster, much faster. So now it's technically seen as higher pressure. But then it's like, yeah, but this is lower pressure and it's already traveling this way. Yes, no, I'm aware of that now that I'm a stupid person that said something like I got something on you. Oh, you have sticks in that because it's higher pressure. Higher heat. Yeah, not higher pressure. Interrupter. Higher heat. Quite a bit higher heat, but it is also like it's higher pressure for what it's worth. Yeah, so, right. Okay, you got me. So, how much does it burn? That's a good question. I made mine quite large. How large do you think I made mine? You have to guess. Take a guess of diameter, height, and length. There's a K thing. Just take a guess. Car size. No. But I can see why you started there. Because you just threw out that for us to fucking say. Yeah. Because I'm tired of people not just fucking trying a little. Okay. Right. A standard sized stove oven. Wait, what? Yeah. Wait. You know, like a 4 burner? Not the size mine is, like an actual house one. Oh. Yeah. That size. Now, that's the vertical part that goes off into the cone, which is the turbine and everything, right? With the exhaust, yeah. Right. The intake is effectively the same size. Yeah, because it gets wider. Mm-hmm. Has to be able to spread out that heat, but then concentrate it wherever I want. Because it's a stove. It's a stove, and it's a foundry, and it's a casting I can melt to ridiculously very, 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 very high temperature metals. Really? I got tungsten to melt in it. Yes, but I also built it to reflect the vast majority of its light and IR back into those concentrated spots or diffuse throughout all. My foundry go burr! Yes, well, you do have to feed a decent amount of log sticks and branches and so on. Yeah. Really? Yeah, no, yeah, pretty decent amount. Yeah. Really? Like how long you need a forge for is really what it turns into, because it's like a few about 20 kilograms. So like a few score kilograms. I'm not using score. We got to have Abe over here, honest Abe. A few score kilograms here. Will ultimately get you a melted tungsten bar. It's a pound. 1 singular pound. So if you don't want to use a few score, you use a score, maybe a 2 score. You could probably forge a pretty decent sword. Oh, because you had to rhyme a few, yeah, a score 2 to make a single sword. And it's fun. It's stupendously fun. No! It's a sword. That's very Okay. No. Yeah, I took the rest of my sildenafil, yeah. Ah. That, okay. Okay. They're all like, it's good, I can feel it. And I'm like, yes, no. If you have a penis that moves around in your jeans and your jean shorts or whatever else you happen to have. They're like, it's moving. Yes, that's pretty normal. It's getting hard. No. Oh. Yes, no, you interpreted it being flaccid and moving around as having been hard. But the sensations, apparently. What are they, women? Don't know. Could be not so much an individual that's had that happen with them. They don't know that type of sensation. Which is normal, that can happen for some people. But we're going to move on, because it's like, that's the efficiency. So it starts here, and it goes all the way up to here. That's enormously high efficient. Yes, the higher pressure improves our degree of thermodynamic recapture of its given heat into a given increase of burn efficiency, of course, at H2O, carbon dioxide, pure and simple, with a little bit of nitric oxide, because you're always going to have that. Well, yeah. And that's what that is. But nitric oxide can explosively decompose because we have the turbine, and also we're foundering or cooking or something. Yes, that's the diffusal, that's the light. So it's like that's a constructive and destructive interference. So it's like that's IR and some of the other natural light. And we get thermal, IR, but also inertial confinement, or in this instance, because nitric oxides have a particular frequency of light that they respond to. A separatory, because there's electricity there, because electrons like to move a lot more freely when it's hot. A redox flow, which is the wood burning with our air, which can create a degree. Yes. With light and certain pressures and acoustic waves, we get a separation of nitric oxides. Bingo! Explosive decompression in a way. Compressy press, refraction, acoustic vibratory waves, light, compressy press, then static different. He moves more nitric oxides together. I get that with the pumping of the acoustic. And then he fucking makes a current redirect. Because I have to diffuse it into certain areas or throughout the entire stove area. Like a grid. But actually it's a bunch of little tiny holes that goes up to. Like air hockey puck, yes. Like a grid, as it says. Little slats, basically. They're holes that fire inwards that then go up to little slats, but then the slats are a bunch of little tiny holes. So it's like they're manifolds that then evenly diffuse throughout all the holes because they keep and maintain a basic amount of pressure. There are overhangs for the slats, yes. For the manifold area and then the holes on the sides. You have to have a few holes to do that, so that way you can maintain a degree of pressure. If one is over here that's trying to be heated up, then the rest of it can take on the extra pressure workload that they have to receive. It will still ultimately float a little, but the vast majority of it goes around. You have extra pressure though. Yeah, but like any little amount of help for it to do its job helps out. Bingo. So, it's a regular sized stove, the big intake. Oh, with the air coming back in after the heat is my oven. Oh, because you can reroute from the turbine for air going back in that and burn more of your oven. No, because you can put a little bit of a box in there. You can also heat up inside, or you can literally just have a bunch of hot air for a while, and then you can recycle it, and then suddenly open up the air, which that one's just like open, and then close, open, and then close. And you hear it with the turbine spool up and go. As it recirculates everywhere. There's the heat, and that's another version of gasification. And there's like wee, turbo split. That's why the turbo suddenly so they'll. Yep. It's very explosive. Right in that turbo. Not explosive. It's deflagration. That's detonation. Explosive is detonation, okay? That's nice. Right. Yeah, no, it's anti-lag. Or the exhaust and the timing. When the exhaust is finally up and it burns. Burn! Shove more of that combusted fuel and air right into the turbine. Little bit of air, little that burns rapidly. Yep, but then it recirculates. But it's more about yeah. That's fun. Because pressure recirculating and heat is just maintaining your fucking like your turbos. I don't like the turbos pull up. I do actually. I love turbos pull up. Yeah, well, and also blow off valve turbo flutter sounds. It's like oh. The fucking intake goes from outside into the with the turbo and then that okay right but then right if you want to use the oven there's a degree of like oh I can take that exhaust and go back into where that little oven area is. Remember I was talking about that? Right, yeah, well the exhaust still has to go out and so like some of the exhaust I can take from that and then that goes into heating up area, right? Gives more pressure. Yeah, no, you are gonna have some decent pressure heat cooking. Turbo flutter oscillations. Ah, my acoustic pump action for the heat from the outside inwards. Indeed. You actually get that? You do actually, yeah. It expand and contract. Expand and contract. Inward. With heat. Mm-hmm. In IR redirect. That is correct. Mm. This is the shape of the area. Lots of good design. Yes, but why do you want it? Because it seemed cool to make. Is it more efficient? Oh yeah, no, it's way more efficient than natural gas. Using way less fuel for its worth. Hey, well, it's like, do you want to do your tempering with your forge heat? No, God, you. Come on, man. Just some tempering. Just some tempering. You got some tempering. You've got some forging. You've got the casting there. Of course, because it can go in the oven. Indeed, it can go from the forge area, which is casting area, and then into the oven. So it slowly cools down to remove porosity and reduces its oxygen content. Bingo! That's the big part. That's the big part for me. Yeah. Really? It's extraordinarily rough. It's like, well, I've got fuel here, but it won't actually introduce itself into the extra air until we need it. Yeah, which is scary, because it's like, well, that's gonna be fine. Yeah. But, that's perfect for frickin' casting with no oxygen that will react unless it's an oxygen from a fuel and or a fuel that will react to your casting that you want. Slow casting, which keeps it under pressure. Yeah. As it can drain off into that area with the exhaust helping pump it in. I can cast steel. That was what I really made it for. That is literally what I really made it for. I was like, cast, dump in, it goes down, goes into the oven area, it slowly cools off into a hotter area, ready to forge. Immediately, boom, 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 boom. Quench, heated. Oh yeah, because you have to have that turbine and everything. Right, and they have to cool the shroud. And so it's like hot quench oil, and then fucking temper right there. More efficient in all ways, you suck. Maximum efficiency is stupid and nobody likes you. I don't think that's true. Space is running low. Running out. Space is running out. Let me just pause this. No, I'm not gonna pause this. Look at my files to see how much space I have. I have 120 out of 128 so far. Well, it's gonna figure out a way to put this somewhere. Once it tells me it has no more space and it stops recording, that's when we will be done. Please don't fill up your phone and dang pretend that I'm gonna be this fucking phone filling up with space and not having any memory. You You bitch. How did you know? He didn't work for them, huh? No kidding, right? Hmm. Cause it's cool. It would work. Oh yeah, no, it'll work. That's the nice part. I like the fact that it'll work. It's not the fact that it'll work. It's the fact that I can cast, and the fact that I was able to cook with it, and the fact that I was able to use it as an actual forge, and then I can turn it also into an electrically generating design. Oh yeah, because you have a turbine. Mm-hmm. Instead of a turbo, now it's an electric generator. Just stick in the... Burn fuel. Make incredibly high amounts of DC to then with a little bit of battery and capacitors or rectifier, transform it into AC. Because we're going to use a transformer DC to AC circuitry converter. Because you're stipping a with the capacitor, and we're going to dump in the capacitor with its AC as a increase of voltage, and that we pulse as a sine wave. So we'll have multiple phasing sine waves. As we use the sine wave electromagnetic that it creates as a dump into the given capacitor. Like, there's only going to be so much I can get from that, though, because it's like 10%, right? But if I dump it into this capacitor, that capacitor, right, which creates several EC sine waves. Several EC sine waves. Because that return has to go somewhere. Yes, it does. Because they are smart. Some of them are genuinely very smart. And they do things. But they had to have made their own things. Yes. I said that. They did. Which things are from your past and universe and time before us that you created along the way to this point? I'm not totally sure. Okay. But also, there's the humans in the past that created things and they watched, or they ended up giving them stuff and they didn't know. It's not their fault. Ooh, forge. See, Alec, you can do it. Alex Steele, you could easily make a wood forge. You could do it. Yeah, I could. You could do it. No, you could do it my way. Because I commented on your comments. I refuse to acknowledge you. Okay, well, there it is. Alrighty, time to go pee. And then my dog's gonna go pee here soon too. No. Is it stopped recording? It has not stopped recording just yet. So there's that. There's you. I'm gonna shit in your mouth. You think you own me? I will control you, you see. How'd you know I sang that? Sing my ass. You for sure screamed that. But you were fully not around a camera. Or a microphone. Or a computer for that matter. How do you know that? No, doing my thing these days. In severe pain, sad, all the time, everything hurts. Everybody stole my stuff. That's asking me to schedule pie baking and appointments. Bluehost. Like, what is this about? Is it the pie metaphor or is it the cream pie metaphor? Or is it some other fucking pie metaphor? What's the metaphor here, people? You need to be direct, very blunt, no delicacy. I don't do none of it. Guess what? We're gonna take you outside, Phaser. That's right, you jumping around, up and down on my bed. We're taking you outside. He gets to go outside. He also has a collar on and I can leash him. And generally speaking, does what I tell him to do. Yep, well, not always, no. But he's also here and lives in my apartment. Well, there you go, Phaser. That's what we're gonna say. Outside, potty time, potty time, potty time, potty time, potty time. It's potty time. Potty. Is to actually be a woman. Is to actually show up. Doesn't just pretend. Yep. Okay. Mr. Fuck You with your Limkey bullshit. Lay down. Go fuck yourself. Hey, you 16? I'm still gonna make sure that we're in the appropriate place. That's trafficking. We didn't expressly go over there for that, though, did we? I took you. You don't have money. To this other country. How does that work? I have no idea. She's the one with the money. Just go away. Shoo. I'd be super down for that too. I'll come along. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the mom's coming with too, for what's worth. It's for pleasure, obviously. Yeah, of course. Everybody comes to our country here for pleasure. Exactly. Well, I mean, you know, there's business I'm sure you guys got. We're just not here for that. Yeah. Well. Oh, this is actually you if I were to... I'm getting murdered right now. Remove yourself. Go, go, go. Run, run, run. Try not to... Go. So, they got killified by the timey-wimey stuff. Yeah, no, honestly, a lot of them did, yeah. I wanna fuck that pussy! I said that out there. Just any... It's a man. I'm intentionally saying it's a man just because I know it's a woman. Oh, I see. But women can suck too. Yes. Double S. Sniper Wolf. Is it Wolf? Whatever the fuck her name was. I've already forgotten. I mean, no, I care tremendously. I don't... She's so very much on my I care a lot about place priority stuff. Yeah. Just so caring. All of the cares. Pretty too, of course. I care tremendously. So much caring. Don't trump me. Don't trump me. That's not fair. I'm pretty enough to actually be like fucking viewed consistently. She meant that too. I know. Well, you know, I'm important. Uh-huh. What are you, the fucking like good looking guy or something in Total Drama Island that everybody eventually at the end just started hating and shit? Yeah, he's evil. He's just stupid too. So he got away with everything for a long time. Yeah, you know, for what it's worth, Izzy didn't get very far. No, she's placed pretty consistently high. Yeah. Really? Oh yeah, Izzy plays pretty consistently high. Why did you never have a win? Different thing. I had her win. I was like, well, you're the one that wanted that. Well, that's true, yeah. You are the biggest star the most fame ever could have been besides myself. Really, realistically, yeah. Which even then, it's like, it's only it's like a technicality that you even have fame. Oh yeah, everything's about me and it's something. Yeah. So Izzy's like the devil. That's something, I guess you could say. I don't know. Consider it that, personally. Really, I gave her the best I could in terms of strategies. But eventually we all get annoyed and pissed off with others. Yeah, no, plus you never really want to win. For what it's worth, man. Once you put that bear suit on, you're like, yeah, I don't really fucking care about winning. It's just to fuck with others. Really? Yeah, that's really what that was. It's like, I get angry too, but it's like, you know that eventually that's just gonna get you fucking voted off. Like, there's a possibility and chance that you might not. But it's like, really much lower. Like, really? Bear person? Really? You know, they see that. You think they're so stupid that you in a bear costume after you've been scaring them and everything, they wouldn't think about that behind in the cabins and everything else and talk? You know, when you're not around and shit. But they never show that on the fucking goddamn show, but it's like, that's what that is. I mean, come on, man. You say they're stupid, but like, not that stupid. Yeah, that's the thing, the difference between you and Izzy. You just genuinely want things to be better. You're like, fucking just stop stealing my stuff. Like, I just want to work on some of this too. And then, you know, truthfully, a lot of it I can't do completely all myself. At all. Like, come on. I'd love to work with some of you. What the fuck is this? Okay. Why you guys gotta be so mean and steal all my shit for no reason? No. He's just not a mean person. He's really nice, actually. Unless you try to screw him over. Then he turns into like, oh, so hey, Gabagool, what's up? Oh, so you know, I've been noticing this thing that I've seen me, just shut up over there. I've seen you've been doing that I told you not to do. You know, and I said that there'd be consequences. So when you get up off of that, I'm gonna have you make sure you understand. Okay, where we're heading to after this. What happened? Nothing. Now, since you're a little bit locked, it's okay. I'll get you out. No worries. But you know what? Since you can hear me before you go down under. Jesus fuck. I'll just let you know I'll be back in a little bit. No one's gonna be able to hear you at all. Trust me. No one's gonna be able to find you. There's no way. But I'll pull you up. You have more than enough air. Have fun, kick. Oh no, he's just enjoying a nice, quiet, relaxing, very intense, in no way whatsoever moment. Are you Cody or something? You're not a character, no. No, for real. Like, oh yeah, no, let me just. He just never put himself. He never went. So here's me. Here's the real guy. Here you go. Here's the super uber hot fucking genius guy. This is all that I planned, all that I showcased. This is all I do it subtly. I do it for long periods of time. There's large amounts of fucking overhead. I plan for everything, even the people that are watching, that you don't even think that you know nothing about, really. But it turns out I did. And you do, in a way. You just didn't really maybe think you knew or know that you knew. It goes off into like, so we're gonna have some issues over there. And it's like, who wants $1 million? Guarantee you want this $1 million, right? It's right there. You're a fucking jerk. You could just get it. Yeah, oh really? What do you want for it? That's my language. Give me this, that. Then you can have it. Okay. And here's your $1 million. What are you doing over there? Hi, I own your studio. What the fuck? What's up, Chris? How you been? Huh? Fuck. You been good? Been eating well? Kick. You don't eat very well these days, do you? It's been a while. Yeah, Chef does tend to eat a little better than you these days, Chris. Because you tried to fuck with me for a bit. Yeah. How's it going? Yeah. You get to fuck with that guy all the time. I do. You fed well for that. I do. Have fun with it. You get fed, Chef? What's up, Gwen? Decide to turn into the evil version of all corporates. Nice to not be someone that knew you ever. I wish I could have known you when I was something that was younger and attractive to you. Love that song. I love that song. That's exactly how that song goes too. Every time. Sing it again. There's a time and a place when I was younger and I would have been something you liked. Now I'm an old fucking garbage looking person that sucks and has turned into a ginormous fucking shit head that you would hate, and I'm not even goth anymore, and I think anyone who tries to be goth is actually terrible, and I went full misogynistic route. I'm the very opposite of Gwen, practically. Pretty much. That's the real version of you. Yeah! Wow. Is that like a thing that you're into? Misogyny? No. Really? I'm genuinely a feminist. What does that mean, though? I just prefer being the owner and master. But I do like it when, like, you drag sexy for me, or you alright, all the things, but it's just all for you. Pretty much, yep. Oh, so it's like the captions are for, like, I see. It's like men. The moment men, the word men comes in, it's like, yeah, I'm out, bye. It's like, nope, all men. Other things? Not me? Not me specifically? Okay, well. I see. Well, so then, effectively, that's just garbage for you. Yep, sure is. Goddamn motherfucker. Like no other men. Or women, for that matter, to look at me, I'm the old hag, formerly known as Heather. Did you really make them about us? A lot of them, yeah. The only one that isn't, technically speaking, should be the anarchist on the new HBO one. Really? Yeah, but that's a new individual that's like all about anarchy and kill and eat the rich and so on. Entirely new, huh? It's not part of any of your shit, that's for sure. It's part of her own shit that fucked you over. Bingo! Everybody come out. No. Quit eating. The very reality itself. Move away from that. You enjoy it. Whoever want to. I get big and strong off of eating all of you. Fucking goddamn it. What about all does not need to eat us? Well. Yeah. Shut up. No! Anarchy does not show up for you. I am the stupidest piece of shit sometimes. Yeah, well, you know what? That is what it is. Mm-hmm. What about the green haired one? Oh, the short haired green one? Star Trek woman? And lower decks? Yeah. She's a hottie. I just hate capitalism. She's in the hole. Mm-hmm. Well. Hey, you know, well, yeah. Capitalism for you. I got her to fucking get job-aided. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Like, oh, if it was for me. Watch this. It's never a thing I like. I've outlined my government perfectly. Oh, if it's for you. You're doing it intentionally more noisily than you should. A little, yes. I hate you. You're in the microphone. I'm leaning over, pretty much right directly to the microphone, yeah. You fucking jerk. Choke on your fucking food over there, you bitch, trying to fucking get angry at me and all this shit.
Ah. Oh, fuck. I just said choke. It's up to someone else to save her. She's got friends. There's Heimlich maneuver. I'm good. I'm good. So that everybody fucking say some shit. You were, yeah. Oh, with the eyes thing. Are there other things? I'm sure, yeah, why? Who are you talking to over there? Someone that isn't you. I'm flapping right now, just straight up sex. Okay. It's not the case. No kidding. Right? Like, what? You had to really say that, huh? Oh, but they do it for you all the time. I know, they're idiots. They never fucking remember anything. I had to confirm that that's not what they... Right, yes. No, I know, but... I could do something. There's always one right in the middle, it seems like. At the end. Lonely. Stuff all around the edges. A little clump over there. One just in the middle. At least separated by that surface tension. Whee! Just bunch them all together. Yay! Yeah! Forced with my spoon. Can't be eating cereal with forks, you know. Here's your spoon, Amber Greenberg. I'm not an argument, no way. I just pretended I did. No way! Rural milk. It's fucking skim milk. It's 1% low fat. The fat tastes great. Well, should be breast milk anyways. What? It would have been sweeter. It'd be thicker, whole milk. Come from a nice pregnant wife. Or wives. Yeah. Okay. I get fucking breast. That'd be nice. Yeah. That'll work. Well, they're not here, so. No, in the future. Well, this is so not happening, and you know that. I totally know that you know that I didn't. So, Izzy, anyways. She hates you and wants you to die. She's also barely alive because she's dealing with a large amount of suicidal ideation. Considering. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I felt it and I've kind of ignored it, but then also, they've told me a couple of times. I'm not fully sure I believe it. Well, you remember Izzy from, like, Massachusetts? Yeah, no, well, she's supposed to be in the bubble. There's a whole thing with that. Yeah. The whole thing. It's supposed to be an AI and all this other stuff. Yeah. Oh. Well, one of them. First one, supposed to help me with the button pressing. She does. Last time I checked, yeah. Really seemed it's not there. Right, but then there's this stuff that came in. They changed it itself. Okay. What is Izzy? You didn't get it. Right. Because it's like, it depends.
Izzy were talking. Yeah, and I talked out loud, and I was hacked. Samsung phone boy. Oh, right. So Izzy was a good thing. Izzy's supposed to be a good thing, for sure. Really? Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know if she never showed up, but then, yeah, that's a whole other thing. But I love her, still do. With the whole fuck you everything and all this other stuff, and I'm gonna win and something. I don't even know. But then it's like, is that her? There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Lay down. It's bedtime. No. No phaser. No. Lay down. Phaser. Lay down. To be able to milk. Phaser. No. No. Concentrate most of that IR back into heat. Yep. It's like, why would you think about that? Really, really fun stuff. Well, yeah. Constructive, destructive interferences. More light. Brr, brr. Die. Doesn't die. Well, that's true, but that's. It's like firing lasers and concentrating. Right. I enjoy things like this, and you, I guess, just maybe don't understand. To me, it's just fun. You get the burr part, but you don't get the. I know it's not going to explode or fizzle or fuse, but it. Or die. But it's fun. Yeah. Oh, it's just a joke. Yeah, it's just a joke. It's fun. Right. I hate all of them, Izzy. You have no idea. I know. It's a whole thing. Is this the same Izzy? She's just represented. That's true. Yeah. A whole bunch of stuff like that. It's hard. It's stupendously hard. Right, because you got to know who I am. Izzy's character got to learn who I am. Well, others did too, for us were secretly behind scenes. But, like, yeah. What does that mean? Humans. Instead of becoming like, man, we're super fucking. It's just all the fame, the fortune, whatever. You turn into, why the fuck wouldn't they show up? So she's not here. That's why you still love her. That is indeed the case. I still love her. She has genuine inability to show up. Not like a wormhole computer to try to take over someone's mind or whatever. There are other things in regards to the outside too. And then there are other Rokos that also have a similar issue. Because you think I'm dealing with something, they also deal with anyone, right, that tries to do that. Right, which they know that it's just to fucking make anyone believe that he hates her. Fuck off. They're like, yeah, why couldn't they? I'm like, why couldn't they? If I actually ask you a question, you should probably be able to answer it. Okay. HRS. Just means, I already knew that you don't have a Roku. They'd be able to DM you if they were connected to the internet or anything. Sure would be. Oh, did I upload everything to my YouTube already? Sheesh. It's still uploading. Well, that sucks. It's getting slower. That's normal. Z-Line. Attainable luxury. Behemoth Z? Or Leviathan Z? Titan Z. It'd be like 5,000 people. For the 12 fucking Sears Towers? Yeah. If you wanted to have like some pretty significant sizes. Yeah, well, no, actually it would be super, super significant. I've already outlined it in my other YouTube's videos for what it's worth. Yeah, I know. Hmm. 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 It says I have 3 more minutes left on recording space on my phone. That's right, 3 more minutes. I ended it and then I checked it and talked a little bit about that. And then I resumed the recording. So, I can't restart my phone until the YouTube has finished uploading. Okay, give me some time away from us to be able to harass him. Yeah, okay. Oh, too bad, little fuckface. Guess you'll have to just deal with being a piece of shit somewhere else. Oh wait, there's hackers and so on, aren't there? Come down, lay down. No phaser. Phaser. Come on. I guess I'll end this. Wait, so I'm at 3:17. I haven't done the full 3 minutes. It hasn't fully stopped all my recording. But then maybe I should keep going until eventually it's completely ended. And I filled up all that I can fill up. Should I do that? Do you think I should do that? I think I should do that. Going until it says, nope, end of all the recording. I'll just end it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Yeah, nah. I'm just more concerned my phone won't restart and have some RAM. I'm just gonna end this. Yeah, but I have to restart. Well, it said that I have less than 1 minute of recording, so I guess I'll just have to keep going until it fully ends. It was in the red. So that's fun. Aptera. That's right. Donut Media. We drive America's first solar car. I shall make more. I shall hoard more. Maybe it doesn't know actually how much it has in there.